ones that like with those.
See, those ones are coming.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we got new stuff coming, by the way.
Yeah, we do. All the stuff we tested last year, because unlike a lot of people out there that do a lot of custom painting and stuff like that, they just throw stuff in the wind. Like, we actually like to catch a couple fish on stuff first.
Every once in a while, that's the idea of the game.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of cool new stuff to talk about tonight. We're talking 360 springers. We're going to do the whole setup, and we're going to talk colors, products with this guy himself. Now, if you guys
where's the comments?
Forget what's going on. We good? Life's good? But if you guys, like, he does custom colored flashers for people, and he kind of knows what's going on out there in the world. So we're going to get a lot of insight, a lot of good ideas on that, and some new products. And then we're going to answer your guys' questions. I think we'll do a prize pack for really good questions again tonight. I think that worked out pretty well a couple weeks ago. So we'll throw that out there as well. What's going on? Am I good? Am I good? My jacket. Sorry. Jacket's on the mic.
He's got the new windbreaker, though. This looks sick.
You good? You good?
It does look sexy with that on.
We good? I like.
Good,
like.
like.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a little bit late tonight because I woke up from a nap and out of the house.
What's the matter?
Yeah, pretty cool.
See this, guys? We're gonna have a lot of short bus giveaways. Not all tonight, though.
Not all tonight. Got to share it later.
Share the wealth. A lot of that's got to go to my garage. So just got to be real about it.
Bull.
Yeah, guys. So wait, no one answered the question yet. I cannot believe it. Is it Droid or iPhone?
I don't know, dude. Something's going on.
Droid or iPhone? It's almost like it's really delayed.
Yeah, something's major.
Because no one's even made a comment on that yet.
Clint's messed up. Something's
10-minute delay.
Clint broke it.
Clint, what's going on in the comments, bro?
Or maybe no one wanted to answer it. Maybe.
There's an Android.
Oh, here they all come. Boom.
That's enough. We win.
Yep, Android wins.
Android wins. It's like 3-1.
iPhone.
Oh my gosh! You had to find one.
Pin it. Perfect.
Pin it. Okay.
Chris doesn't win anything. Sorry.
What?
The comments are really weird.
Sorry, guys. We're having some weird things going on. So if you're watching us, we have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to get on YouTube and see what it looks like, Clint.
What did Clint screw up this week? It's almost like a song we should have. Can we get a lower third that says, "What did Clint screw up this week"?
Sure. Tell Jen.
Whoa! Now it's going. Now it's going. It said we just popped on.
iPhone.
Oh my gosh! 4 iPhones in a row.
Yeah, and there's 3 Androids above it.
No, there isn't. There's one.
Not that I see.
iPhone.
Android.
iPhone. This guy says PC. I like it.
Hey, but you know what? I guess it is true.
Oh, look,
I guess it is true. There's more idiots than real people out there.
That's a good call.
Basically, like 3-1.
Yeah, and then there's
Androids. Yeah.
That's about the ratio of smart people to.
See that?
All right.
He is personally attacking every iPhone user out there. So when you see this guy, you better let him know what's up. When you guys see Cam on the water,
you can airdrop me something, or maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, this Springer season, when you see him on the water, just make sure you're yelling iPhone at him.
Oh, great! Here we go.
Or email him at Cameron at.
No. Yeah. Email me at orders@addicted.fishing.
No.
We'll just kick this bucket right to Mike. Perfect. New comments. New comments.
Oh, that just reminded me about the sportsman.
I was going to say, I'm like, be careful. There's going to be a lot of free chickens.
Oh, that was so epic.
Cam, why are we talking trolling for springers when we all know you catch more springers on anchor? I don't think I caught one on anchor last year. Maybe in the late May or June season, but not in the early season. I trolled every day. I mean, if the water's high and the fish are on the bank, I'm anchoring.
I'm still trying to figure out what an anchor is. I don't think my boat even has
Well, we have
one.
Tarovas now. So it's kind of like an anchor. It holds you in one spot.
No, you got to move.
I agree.
You got to move.
I
sorry.
agree. No, I agree.
Because fish are always 5 feet farther away than your rod is. So you got to move them.
That's true. And there's always a guy catching one over there.
That's exactly, yeah. Anchor just slows you down.
New comments. There we go. iPhone, never mind. Oh, God.
I love it. I did see a lot of droids on that one, though. Not going to lie.
Cam is a real Luigi. No. No, that one Harmson is here.
Cam doesn't troll. No one thinks you troll, dude.
Hey, what color are you guys going to go with to fish springers? Well,
we're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk a lot about that.
But before we do, we're going to get a prize pack going here.
Is suspended better? We're
going to have JT tell you guys what these things are. Like an infomercial. Hey, this is JT from Short Bus Flashers.
So I guess we're giving away flashers.
First
one.
package. Yep.
First package. Titty Twister, the mirror pink.
Perfect.
All right.
Cameron, you gotta make Cameron
That's
read
what
those.
it is.
We're going right in. Here, Titty Twister.
I
We
could
need
say
to start
titty
getting
twister.
like figuring out a way to do like cuts so that you could have like zoomed in on his face right there when he said that.
Dude,
That'd be a good producer.
Mirror pink and chrome.
No, have you been watching the STS live feeds? Why aren't you doing cuts like that? They're switching the camera angles like every few seconds. What's going on
I
there?
can, and then everyone makes comments. Go back to the full screen. Go back to the full screen, Clint. Everyone yells at me.
Why don't you go back to the new comments so we can see what's going on too while you're at it? While you're crying. There we go.
I'm gonna.
Clint, would you stop interrupting us and let us
on.
introduce?
God damn it!
We're trying to give away stuff here.
I'm
Okay.
over it.
Regardless, we got the titty
Okay.
twister coming.
We got a Titty Twister. We have a a green bladed Mexican hat, 3.5, and then one of the new Hoochie spinners, which is on the mono with the 2 dual hook packs on there.
I'm excited for that because I'm lazy and don't like to tie my own stuff, so I can just cut it and put it right
Amen.
on.
We give the option too, where it just comes with a clevis and no blades. You can put whatever blade you want on there and make whatever combination you want too. So be as creative as you want.
Yep. Okay. So if you guys want an opportunity to win the prize pack, all you got to do is share the live feed out there. Share it out there. Text message some buddies. Share it on Facebook, Facebook groups, wherever you like to share things. Thumbs up the video and drop a comment and let us know what your favorite color short bus flasher is. What is your favorite color of short bus flasher?
I'm gonna watch to see which ones we need to make more of right here.
Here we go. Yeah. Which ones do you want to
Yeah.
see in the stores or to be able to order online? Because, yeah, best named products in the business. TJ, no one's going to argue that. Hashtag low hole Clint. Corey wins. Oh, soon the low holing will begin. What day are you going to go out? What day is going to be your first day, Clint?
Well, motor break-in was gonna be today, but it's gonna be tomorrow. I will be out there Saturday.
Trolling.
Yeah, I don't get to go pick up my new boat tomorrow, by the way. Frickin' livid.
Oh, couldn't happen tonight. It's okay.
Dude, that
So-
means we should go springer fishing. It's going to be sunny.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I might.
It's
I don't know what
supposed
to
to be
do now.
it's
I
supposed to be
canceled my
like
clients.
60
I was supposed to drive over, pick up the new boat, and then.
Supposed to be nice tomorrow.
JT,
Nope.
I think you're
might.
getting kind of sick, you know?
Get sick and have to call in.
That spring fever.
It is getting
Chrome
darn
mirror,
close to
green,
time.
silver, chrome, sweet abbeys, tons of sweet abbeys, chrome and gold.
Hallucinator,
Chrome and
dude.
gold.
I love a Mia hallucinator. That's just
Chartreuse silver, sweet
does look
abbey,
So does JT.
Springer ringer. William says, I'm
Stop.
friends with Layden. What's up, William? Fave color is chrome on
Chrome on
chrome. Yep.
Hey, that sounds like somebody that's standing next to me.
yeah, exactly.
What color are you fishing? Chrome.
Lots of chrome.
Lots of chrome.
Lots of chrome. Extra UV. UV over chrome. Why haven't we done that yet?
That's what Cam does.
Because they're painted with
Have you
UV.
guys seen that UV spray?
yeah.
Cam usually sprays his all chrome flashers with the
UV
UV
flash.
Full
spray.
of fish is what it's called,
Yeah,
by the way. That
Is
was back in the day before your time.
No, it wasn't.
If
I
you didn't
remember.
have the Full of Fish little spray bottle spraying that, you didn't catch fish.
I
And then where did that
actually-
go?
I don't know, but I remember stocking it at Sportsman's Warehouse when I worked there and going, I wonder how many idiots are going to buy this bottle full of fish. Because that stuff, I don't care what anyone says, is called full of fishermen, not full of fish.
Well, let me tell you, a lot of people bought it, but now they don't sell it anymore.
Exactly. I
It's
wonder
weird.
why.
It was too effective. It kept tearing up all the quotas.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody catch the
Okay.
fish.
They
It made,
banned it.
it made it too easy. Do you have Full of Fish like put into these?
But I
little-
do believe,
We have a little scent holder for your Full of Fish.
I do
So I can
believe
shove it around the
in
back.
the UV flashers. Because if you look at a UV flasher, for example, on a cloudy day, it just throws off.
it
It
pops.
does pop more than a chrome. It doesn't give off the same. It's different.
And it's the UV actually carries down further into the water column than the sun too. So if you start to get into the darker colors there, then you're still getting a color down deeper.
Exactly.
With the UVs.
Are other fish UV though? So like when it comes to like reflective, like the side of a herring or like the side of a flasher. Hold
You're
on.
not, but you're.
But-
Listen though, you're assuming though that the fish are in every
Here we
condition.
go.
Listen though.
No,
You're using the UV flasher to
So-
try to trick a fish, right?
but if UV light penetrates the water, right, the deepest, and it hits a chrome flasher, does it not flash? Like, right? So when we put UV.
Well, he just told you.
Depends on how deep it is and what the turbidity is. There may or may not be
right, but
water
UV
down there.
penetrates the most.
Correct, but if there's too much turbidity or if it's too deep, it does become a point where there's no light.
So then you
and
add fluorescence.
Then it's the motion and the agitation on their lateral line that's going to call them over.
But a lot of my argument with like the chrome versus UV is like, I'm still flashing whatever light's down there.
You are
chrome.
correct. That is correct. Yes.
So that's always been like that's always why I understand what you're saying. And honestly, like some of my best kokanee dodgers all have UV on it, like the moon jellies and stuff like that. But it's like chrome still.
I've just seen on like overly cloudy, rainy, crappy Springer days, UV seems to always perform better.
I think it's a.
But it also could just be because I just put
color
UV
light.
freaking on all my.
Yeah, you put it on April 7th and you're trolling Columbia and it happens to be raining, it's going to catch them. No,
usually when it's cloudy and like that, I'm like running UV flashers. And then usually when it's sunny, I'm running chrome.
Fair. What do you guys think? Oh, God, here we go.
The thing is if you look at what a lot of people's favorite flashers are out there on the market, a lot of them have UV.
Even if you don't realize it.
Is that panty dropper tape? Is that UV?
No, it's not. That is just the straight mirror. So to Cam's point there, if there's any light down there, it will do a reflection of it.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up a good point though. Do fish have UV? I have never blacklighted a fish to see, because in theory, when you start to turn them on a bright chrome fish, you can see the scales turn color.
Yeah.
So
what I'm wondering is like, I'm just saying because it's like if
that's an interesting.
herring
do that.
flows or shines like a chrome, and that's kind of like just why I just
correct. But as you turn it too, though, it's turning purples and blues.
Or herring
and
UV?
greens.
Do they have a UV light?
We need a UV light on there.
Yeah.
But a lot of the dyes and
yes,
the stuff you put in there have UV in it, so it is definitely an attractant. It doesn't scare them away.
He says
generally.
to rinse or not to rinse. That is the
question. God. What else do we got? We got the rinse and rinse, UV.
Do you rinse your fish?
Do you rinse your fish?
You
fillet your fish. It's covered in slime. You drew the knife through the outside of the fish onto the meat. Do you do a light rinse?
Look at him selling it, guys.
I rinse it heavily, to be flat honest with you. But I dry it before I put it into the sealer.
Oh, rinse then dry.
Rinse then dry, because I don't want it to get the ice on it though. So
fair. But you wouldn't rinse it in like a dirty slough.
I would prefer my fish
water. No, that's why God invented pure water, freshwater hoses and stuff.
Fair. Like I said, it's all
okay.
Wash down pump in the Willamette?
No.
Yeah, that's exactly.
No, that's for drinking.
The old Scappoose Bear. No, that's for drinking.
So
especially after a nice high water.
Are you not a rinser?
I am a rinser, but with discretion.
Are you a no rinse?
I don't like to. Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Cretin.
What I usually do is I just make sure that the fillet is extremely clean. I spend a lot of time like wiping it off with the knife, just like what you've seen Nick do if you've watched any of our videos.
Oh, I scrub every fish with a wire brush, knock every scale off of it, get all of the slime off of it, hose it down, fillet it, make sure that there's no blood, or I'll rinse it off there if it's messy. But you will actually the difference of taste if you descale them and no slime at all. It seals better in the bag. It's a much tighter seal.
I get a lot. I do actually get a few guys every year. I'm talking like hardcore like salmon guys. No, skin them. Like I'll sit there with a fillet. I'll fillet it out, and they're like, "Can you take the skin off?" And so then I can one swipe that skin right off, and then it's
a different flavor.
Straight meat. Yeah. And John, our buddy, Big John, John, he hadn't missed many meals.
No.
And he swears by it, whether he's smoking it or eating it or anything like that. He just gets rid of the skin.
I must say though, if you guys aren't watching the feed that Jordan's doing with all of his recipes and the salmon there, I have not eaten this much fish in my life. Some of the stuff that he's putting out, I'm a miracle cooker all of a sudden too. So if you guys haven't caught that, y'all may look at his recipes.
Yeah, it's one of the things Jordan always likes to say is that a lot of people are like, oh, I don't do that. Salt and pepper and butter, that's all I need.
Yeah.
It gets boring.
Like, it gets boring when you catch and eat a lot of fish.
Oh boy. There's more than
But I still, every single year, I always just cook my first piece of Springer and I'll put anything on it.
I
don't like Springers.
You keep talking.
What?
Too oily?
I don't. It's too oily.
Yeah.
I cannot get it dry enough. Give me
Smoke it.
Do you smoke it ever?
Huh? No. I trade it for meat.
Well, yeah.
I trade it for cow. Fall fish?
No, you don't. You definitely do not do
and
that.
For and coho. Sorry.
No, you don't do that.
I do like coho better.
I like coho. That's my favorite fish.
I like ocean coho.
Yep. Delicious flavor.
Slime is what makes salmon taste like herring. Exactly, Twisted Jig.
you.
Pick a winner, Clint, for this first package because we got a lot, and then we're actually going to talk a little bit about 360 fishing for springers. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, I like.
Oh, we
hold on.
need some triangles.
Sensitive.
Just pick a winner. Kevin 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣. He says green silver. Facebook comment gets it. You won the titty twister and the 2 spinners. Wherever I think
Right here, I got 'em.
Oh, he's got them there.
Marlon's got them.
You won that package. Email orders@addicted.fishing. Tell us you won the titty twister package.
Perfect.
We'll know what it means. Send us an address and we'll send it out to you. Congratulations.
We'll know what it means.
Mike might wonder what's up, but you know.
He'll ask me.
He'll ask you.
It'll be good.
You're like, what in the heck's going on here?
What is going on? What are we moving on to here?
I think it's springer time of the year. We're getting darn close, aren't we?
Yep.
I've been seeing a couple
There's a
caught.
lot of pictures.
There is, and they're nice color, nice size.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of really big ones.
Mm-hmm.
That one that got entered in at Fisherman's was freaking a stud.
Tank mode.
Yeah.
No, I think a couple days ago on that sunny day, I say about every boat that I knew that was out there, like all at least had a chance, if not got one, on the last sunny day. And I know the next 3 days, it's supposed to be pretty darn sunny.
Exactly.
I've just
like
this year has been odd, and people are catching a lot of nice fish early. Generally, there's a good pod that comes through, and then it's dead for a while. And I always get tricked in every year, and you get frustrated with it. But now it's like everybody's catching, so maybe it's me scaring them away when I go out there. So you're welcome for not fishing yet.
Dude, I remember years when like we were smashing them sometimes, like March 10th, March 14th, 15th, like smashing them. There's some out there. There has to be.
Definitely.
What I find funny, there's 2 things going on, and I think we talked a little bit about it last week. Is 2 things going on is that like one, like I think a lot of the smelt have cleared out, and the temperatures are still like really cold. But I think for how cold it is, like there's still a lot of fish being caught.
Yeah.
Have you yet to hear, or has anybody sent you, being the short bus flasher guru, anybody catching anything on Lower Columbia that you know of on the 360s yet?
Not on the 360s. I've seen a lot of pictures with triangles in the background and Sweet Abbey to be exact. I think it's Eric. Sorry.
It's got UV on it too.
It's got UV on it there.
UV
I'm just saying.
UV
iPhones. Everyone get the thumbs ups going here.
Oh my gosh.
iPhone UV users.
Is that a Sweet Abbey right there?
That's an electric pole dancer.
Oh, good. Buddy of mine might have had a bite and might have got completely swiped. I might have to. I don't know if he's giving me permission to show this picture, but nobody can tell anything. But it is a funny picture because how would you guys all like to be out there springer fishing? And he sent me this today. Uh-oh, that's a bait.
Possible
and
bite.
Possible bite.
Possible bite.
Something happened here.
It was the bottom.
I don't know what.
It was the bottom.
It was the bottom.
It was the bottom.
Cut ripped in half.
How would you guys?
He probably picked the rod up too early.
I don't think so, but.
Does he know you can use 2 hooks though instead of just?
I think there is a second hook there. I think it just missed.
You can use 2.
You can use 2 hooks. Single barbless only in the Columbia this year, boys and girls. No. Yeah, so it's happening, but triangles only. Haven't heard any 360. What about in the Williamette?
That's the same thing. It's just
really?
the triangle so far. Yeah. Bill Monroe did the write-up with the gentleman that's since passed that caught his last salmon out within there that caught the first springer there. I immediately started looking through there, and it was a Sweet Abbey also. But there's a lot of triangles.
Do you have a Sweet Abbey with us so people can, who don't know?
I think I have something.
I saw that. I felt that.
I can pull up the website.
Ooh.
Yeah, just do
Yeah,
that.
do that because a lot of people are going to ask like colors and stuff, but okay.
Or move your mic.
I'll take it off. It's fine. It's fine. I shot out of the house super fast.
If you go over to the website to look, we are still running the ADX 15 for your discounts too.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot to ask. Producers ask usually, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, usually
we know.
when JT's on shows,
Yeah,
we
know.
ask.
We know. Anyways, he's got time to make it. He can do it.
come on, buddy.
ADX 15.
ADX 15. $70 free freight. Get your Sweet Abbeys.
I'm just saying, I should have known that when I ordered all my stuff.
Oh, that's what he cares about. He doesn't even care that he just messed up the show.
Oh, well, yeah, I do that all the time. I just wanted to save me some dollars.
What are you doing?
Making you a lower third?
ADX15 is the code.
ADX15.
ADX15, 15% off. You do custom colors?
Yes, we do.
So you can literally call JT up, say, hey, I want a half purple, half orange with a white chrome stripe in the middle or something with glitter and fairy dust on it, and you will make it.
And what was that fish? What's that fish sauce?
Oh, full, with extra full of fish.
Extra full of fish.
Sprayed on it, blessed by JT, and his dog licked it, and yeah, whatever else you want.
Whatever specialties you want.
And if you catch a fish on it, they'll
I
order
expect
more.
a picture, that's right. I expect a picture.
Yeah, so you guys check it out. Short Bus Flashers on the web for those. So when we're talking colors, when we're talking ideas, the other thing too, really cool.
So he asked, how do you know though? How do you know when to use a triangle versus a 360? How do you know?
General feel is the temperature, the water temperature. Before it was over 50, 55 degrees, and people would start switching over to your hardware, the 360's. And I was talking to Cam before the show that I've done a lot of testing on certain items. You throw it down in the water to see what it looks like when it's, in my mind, too early, too cold, and sure enough, you get a bite. So I don't know as if there is a time anymore. I think conventional wisdom is completely out the door. But yeah, generally it's 55 degrees, but now that there's a 2-rod endorsement on the Willamette coming up, you can run whatever you want to. If you go out with a bunch of buddies, if you don't like somebody in the front, just say, hey, throw a 360 on. They work great. You'll find out.
Yeah, try it. 2 questions real fast. Do customs cost more?
Customs do cost more just because it takes us extra time to stop, recut tape. So it's just a slower process. The ones that we have out, like Sweet Abby, we have the tape that's already pre-cut, ready to go. So it's just more efficient.
And then is there a minimum order on customs?
Not at all.
So you order 1 flasher?
That's correct.
Okay.
If you get to $70, you get free freight. Outside of that, it's a flat $7. So that would be the only downfall of ordering just one, but we'll make one at a time.
Gotcha. It's a couple good questions about the custom. Our comments are a little bit behind, I think, the feed tonight for some weird reason. I'm actually not going to blame Clint for this, even though we'll figure out a way to do that. So I saw those questions pop up when we talked about the custom stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Cracking outdoors for sure, man. We appreciate it.
Bucket bag. Oh, yeah. I can tell triangles don't work nearly as well as 360's in the salt. We fish them in Area 7 and BC regularly. Also, straight chrome isn't the go-to either. Half and UVs work best. Lot to unpack there.
It is. It's a good comment that not all the colors work in every place. Something that I love, somebody else may look at and not have any luck with it. But that's why we make way too many colors to fit as many places as possible.
I think you would probably agree, though, that 360's work better in the ocean, yeah?
Because of clearer water.
Yep.
I think I've just, for me, like, before the COVID, and I know I told the story last week, but JT doesn't watch them all, but like before we got COVID shut down that year, Columbia was low, clear, cold, 38 degrees. And we were actually having ourselves, like, we weren't crushing fish by any means, but we were catching like a couple, 2 or 3 a day, like mid-March, right before, I think it shut down on March 23rd, 24th, something like that. Like right up before that on 360's, like during slack tides in the Columbia when the fish were just kind of up milling around.
Yeah.
And so like when people ask, like, and he said that the triangles don't work as good, I do think, like, will they work? Yes. Will 360's work in muddy, warm water? Sure. Like, there's never
very, very much so.
I mean, shoot, we've caught everything at any given time on everything, right? But I do think, like, when you're targeting fish in a more, and you have to be more exact because you don't have the clarity, that's where the triangles, because if the fish are on the bottom and I can put a triangle on the bottom, that works a lot better than if I have to run a 360 above their head and hope they see it.
That's correct.
If they don't have the visibility. If he's down here on the bottom and I put a 360 overhead and he can see it, he can come get it if he wants. And maybe the warmer water makes him do it a little more, but
some of the heavier current too, they are laying right on the bottom. You need to get down into the little gullies, so you're dragging the bottom and trying to catch all those little pieces. you don't feel the bottom. You don't bounce the bottom generally with the 360. So triangles do shine in that situation also.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's any given day, anything can work. What I tell people is when they ask me what color to use, it's what color do you have the confidence in? That's the biggest thing. If you have confidence in it, you're going to fish it harder.
Have you ever made a clear flasher?
So there are some spiteful guides that will take the blanks only just to say that the color doesn't matter. I have had, I don't want to call it arguments, but they think they're funny as heck when they're tossing it around and this color doesn't work, this color doesn't work. And then they look at me and say, I'm colorblind anyways. It really doesn't matter. So
I actually know a guy who is colorblind, and it is funny because I'm like, oh, I have grabbed the pink ones out of the spinner box. He's like, which ones are the pink ones?
Yeah.
He is colorblind.
Yeah, I've got an earful from a lovely guide, Grant Shield, and he literally looks me, he goes through this thing that this color doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, and then he looks at me and he gets this big smile on his face. He goes, I'm colorblind. I have no idea what it is. And he will use clear blades just to be a turd.
Worms and clear beads.
Yeah, clear beads. Yeah.
It's his shtick. It's his thing just to kick you around a little bit. So the motion does call the fish over.
How do you run a 360 on a downrigger? And this is probably something that
you're going to probably answer that.
Oh,
I'm a lead guy.
I'm not a very good 360
We did
down. We tried. We tried. We got
You
a
mean we
monster.
caught a giant?
We caught
It
a
worked.
giant. It worked, but then we went and tried to go up into the other area where we saw 150 fish down. We had like 2 bites, and I'm like, if I could just put my leg out. Dude, it was good, solid fishing.
It was good. I remember
Like, it
looking
was
around
good,
thinking,
good.
This is annoying.
But I'm not a very big downrigger guy, and so I don't know like distance back, how to attach it, how to put a rudder on it to avoid line twists, like any of that. You haven't.
I don't have any experience with it either. I'm sorry.
Maybe some of you guys out there, especially the guy up in BC who was talking about running the 360s. I'm like, give us a little insight on that because I'm just kind of curious. Saw a couple people ask about the downrigger thing. So, but real fast, guys, let's talk about our basic setup because, as always, you know, we try to do the rod reel line thing because it's just really important, and we do have a lot of new people that tune into these things every time. They're here to learn. They're here to learn about 360 springer fishing. So first off, we're gonna run longer, softer, stronger rods. And what I mean by that, something 9.5 foot and longer, in the 15 to 30 pound range, 20 to 40 pound range, and something that is like a moderate or a slower action. In other words, it bends all the way throughout the rod and not just the tip. You want something that kind of throws that flasher around. They do seem to work a little better. What's your favorite?
Exactly opposite of you.
Oh, you like a fast action, short?
I'm a 9.5 foot fast action because I want it to get into the backbone. I want that flasher to pop. But it's the way that I fish my boat though, and I've learned to control the boat, the speed, the position, for the way that works there. But I've been in many people's boats where it's completely different, and we catch more than enough fish. So
what models like a fast action that's out there like in the salmon trolling world right now?
So 965, I think is what it does too. I don't know what it converts over to the Okuma. It's the extra heavy is basically what it is. A 15 to 50 is what I run.
Yeah, because they have a 962. Oh, 15 to 50?
15 to 50. I run a broomstick with my 360s. The triangles, though, those are definitely the slow.
You want the softer ones. Yeah. Gotcha. Because I know
It's funny because it's just.
I know. I was gonna say because I softened up some of the rods like in the back of my boat more than I had been running, and really went honestly because Ryan was telling me hey he was running softer rods all around, and with a lot of salmon fishing your bow rods do good and your back rods are kind of the cleanup, but man, switching my back rods to a little softer thing to have a little more throw because I think it might also have to do with the rod angles out to the side versus straight back. Maybe they weren't moving enough if they're too heavy because you're kind of straight back and low.
Well, and if the rods are out the sides too, you're getting into the backbone of the rod much quicker than if you're running out the back too. So you're getting a different action from point A to point B.
But when I softened those back rods last year, I'd say my back rods were almost as productive as my bow rods.
So I can say that I have dust on my 10.5 foot rods that I bought for the bow, and I don't think that I run them with 360s at all. I have every rod is a 9.5 on my boat. And I know that there's the people bring their 10.5 foot rods on there, and for some reason that I run it there, it all has to do with your bumper length, your leader length. You can shorten those. Cam runs a little bit longer bumper than what I do, and that's probably the difference of why a 10.5 works for you versus I'm running a little bit shorter there, so I'm probably getting the same thump. We're just getting to that point different ways.
That's a good point, because a lot of times people always ask, kind of like, and we've talked about this in depth, where people ask, like, what's the magic numbers? What's the magic this and what's the magic that? And it's like, well, for how fast I troll, how heavy I run my lights, how I do mine, like I like my leader distance this far. No, it's not. There's no silver bullet. It's not what you fish. It's how you fish it.
That's correct. That is 100%.
24-24, go fast, folks. You got it.
Yeah. Unless
or just go 24-24, go fast.
Yeah.
We need to have that tournament like this fall, by the way. There's our challenge video.
What?
You go 24-24, go fast.
I'm gonna run this stuff.
I'm gonna go what I run, and we'll see what's up.
No, I'm gonna run.
Oh, you hear that,
you
everybody.
told me to run.
Oh, no. You're telling all these people 24-24, go fast.
For no one that has a program, it's a great starting point.
It is.
That's what I mean by the whole joke around that is like when I first started doing it, that's what I did. I had everything set at 24-24, and if I realized I wasn't catching fish, I just speed up, and it seemed to always work. But then as you start to realize, there's days that doesn't work.
Speeding up is tough.
There's days when you have to really dial stuff in, or else you're gonna get eaten out there.
And speeding up is tough, especially when you're trying to fish that are really like down in the deck and 50 feet of water, down underneath. Like sometimes, like to keep gear down there, even with 20-ounce leads, like speeding up sometimes not in the equation. So then you got to figure out how long this bumper length is going to be to throw that flasher with your rods or when you're watching it. And that's when like that stuff gets all nitty gritty, and that stuff is going to be different from you to me all the time.
And there will be days where you will catch more fish than both of us, and then vice versa. Some days it changes. It will change throughout the day. Sometimes you can have it off by 2 inches on a different rod, just trying things, not get bit in the morning. Then all of a sudden it's on fire, and you literally tape measure like, oh shoot, that one is the shorter bumper, the longer bumper, whatever it may be, and you have to pivot.
That guy says, I don't see why rod action matters. If you have a 10-ounce weight to keep your flasher down, negates the action. Basically saying that the weight is ruining the action of your rod.
Well, we use a 20-ouncer sometimes, and it still throws that rod around. Like the flasher still throws the rod around, even with the weight.
I mean, you can visibly see it in the rod. You can see the rod moving.
Yeah, but one of you saying it's all the same after that. But what I do know is that if you want to change, like whether you use a 10-ounce, maybe I'm not understanding the question, but like if you put a 10 or 20-ounce or 2-ouncer there, the rate of thump and the action you get is really going to depend more on that bumper length and how short or how long that is for your speed that you're trolling.
There's also a point too where the lead is too light, and it will literally start throwing itself around the line, and that will dampen it too, because the flasher may be heading down on a downward pump, and your lead is shooting up in the air. So where you're running 20 ounces,
so they're kind of going like this instead of staying.
So to your point, the 10-ounce may hold your weight in place more, unless you do 24-24 go fast at some point there, then it's flying around. It's very technical. It feels like it's just dropping it down there, but there's a lot of things that go into catching consistently to be able to change to know.
I really think too that weight, like when I see people fishing out like where we fish, weight is like the size lead you're using is such a huge factor out there, because I see consistently, I feel like people using too light of lead. Like I'm never using less than like 18, 16. Maybe I might put a 16 on my back rod, but I'm always using heavier leads. Yeah,
big water, big area, anything you're going to fish deeper than 30 feet, yes, big leads, because there are a bunch of guys, or tributary guys that they're not going to be able to put a 20-ouncer on and fish it in.
I'm talking where in the Columbia.
But the Columbia, big water, deeper than 30, tides, current, like more lead. You're better off with more lead than less. Kind of like when I say sturgeon fishing, like you're always better to have a little more lead. Just make sure on the bottom you want to always have a little more lead, so you can kind of maybe control where that flasher is running so you can keep it in front of more fish.
Yep.
If you know where they're at.
And once you start changing the lead too, then it becomes even more math that we said we'd never use when we become adults. And what is the angle at 45 degrees with 10 ounces?
We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Somebody else does it for you.
No, we just watch the screen.
Some of us have the old ones that have just a little fish symbol in there that beeps every once in a while. There. I'm old school, baby. Poke a stick down there. Yeah, it's about 10 feet deep.
Yeah. You see the bottom? Okay, yeah, that's cool.
That works.
Okay, so well, either way, that was the rod reel line discussion that got off kind of on a tangent. What's your line? I run a 65-pound braid.
Same 65-pound braid. Actually, just re-rigged them with your guys' new orange line there. It makes it easier to see. So I'm excited to try that this year, but it's still the 65 from the beginning. I want to be able to pull hard, pull fast. That way the fish doesn't get ahead of the flasher and unhook itself. So you want to be pretty aggressive with it.
65 all the way. Marlon, you're a 65 guy too, aren't you?
Yep.
Then we got something new. Not something new, but some other little doohickey on here, you guys. So basically I've got the setup right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point that at the camera so they can see the little line lock. JT has come out with his own versions of the line locks right here.
Smaller version. We've had the big
Smaller
one out
version.
there for a very long time. We just decided to shrink it down.
And that's where you're going to attach your lead. And that's going to be on the total braided line, or on the main line, excuse me. Spit it out, Cameron. Use your words. I'm tired. I was fishing today.
Main line above your first set of beads.
Yep, right there. And so that's going to slide down. It's going to lock that up, and it's going to prevent all the twist going up into the line. I use those even for the triangle stuff too, just because, you know, why have the twist?
It's inevitably you're going to get a lead in the net, and you don't want to break off because of something like that on just a missed net job.
Lucas, we'll talk. Oh wait, sorry. Jared says, can you talk about the line angle and why everyone says 45 degrees? Well, Jared, let us get there real quick. We're just going to do the rundown on the setup, and we'll talk a little bit of line angle, a little bit of technique, because that's where the rubber meets the road. And we kind of just talked a little bit about it, but we'll talk about line angles and thump and all that good stuff. Then what I run here is a distance of 50-pound monofilament line between my two bead chains above the flasher. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you guys can kind of get the idea. I think this is probably 24 inches between the two. But again, depending on how you're fishing, what you're trolling, I tell people, like, if you're out there and you're kind of getting your feet wet, run a couple maybe slightly different, see which ones are catching the fish, measure it, and then try to replicate that again. And
I'm in the boat that says I want my bumper to be the same on every rod, and then I'm going to vary the length on my leader back to there, because this is a constant there. I know what the flasher is doing. I know they're going to act different. It's easier if I say this leader length or the line back to my bait, spin, or whatever is 24 inches. It's getting bit, or is the 30-inch getting bit? Then I can adjust that way. If I'm running different bumpers, different leaders, I don't know which is the correct, what's making the fish bite. So whatever you do, I suggest running them all the same on the bumpers. If you move all of them at the same time. Go from the 24s to 30s, go shorter. But I'm not a big fan of running multiple bumper lengths for myself.
So I don't run, like, just for the guys that are like kind of getting out there and getting their feet wet. What I did is a few years ago, down at the old B10, target rich environment, I ran some that were just slightly up, slightly down, kind of figured out at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, that was the hot rod. That one, okay, metal note. And then I settled on kind of like what works really good for me. But I do run like all the same bumpers to the point where when we have a tangle, a break off, or anything, stag, whatever happens, I got 2 marks on the side of the boat where I tie that first knot, run a length out, I cut it there, and then I tie the same knot, so I end up with the exact same length that I always want.
Or you can just use the pre-made bumpers and just pull them out of your bag and put one on.
Need go ahead and send me 500 of these like pro bono at the start of the season, and I'll run them.
I've got a
which
box.
Is the only reason why I don't run them. Hold on a second. Like, where are we? Oh, bro.
Oh, boy.
Oh, bro.
Oh, boy.
How long is this bumper? 20?
24.
That's not a 24.
I'm sorry. That's 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da.
That's probably an 18.
That's got to be an 18. That's
No.
Do you make an 18?
So no, the green bead is for a green label. That's the middle. So that's a 24. The black is the longer at 30 inches because that's the black label herring. And the red label is the 18 with the red bead. There's logic.
You're going from the end of
The line.
No, not even.
The line. Damn it. Do we have a tape measure in here?
how long is a flasher?
8 inches.
Well, 11 inches is
11 inches is the...
So 11 and 8 is...
So that's 19 inches there. 24 total.
So we just figured out the cam's running about a 22.
No, I know exactly.
He's not going to say that, though.
I know exactly what I'm running, but
It's pretty close.
Hey, do you want to hit this really quick since we've moved past rods?
sure. I can't read it. But what kind of rod can handle 20 to 30 ounce lead? The heaviest I've seen on a Kuma Guide Select extra heavy, but the rating is nowhere near 30 ounces. Okay, so not 30 ounces, 20 ounces would be the highest we would go. The highest I've gone. I know some guys I've heard going 24s.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, even the heavies, like in extreme conditions and situations, will handle the 20. It's not rated. I think it's only rated to go to like an 8 ounce.
Yeah.
But even though they're
That's
only
for
rated for
casting.
8 ounces, like Clint says that's for casting, but like, and it's probably right, but you still can run 16s, 18s, and 20s, no problem.
Well, when the rod's rated 15 to 40, you can catch a 40-pound fish on it. You can.
Yeah, you can.
So the weight is not like how much weight can you hang. It's
Yeah, and this says, and actually the extra heavy, the lure weight is 4 ounce to 16 ounce.
Yeah.
But you can still put a 20 on it, trust me.
It just gets into the backbone quicker.
Yeah. It'll handle it. It'll handle it.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this. So yeah, there's also pre-made bumpers, guys, that if you want to have super consistent and you don't need to freaking make 500 of them a year like I do, for you guys. And honestly, like the short bus stiffy with the green bead,
Color-coded.
the color-coded green 24-inch bead might be the way to go.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
It's easy to switch. If somebody says, I'm going to run a triangle, I switch back over to an 18. So you just easily clip in and out.
So maybe there is something to the 24, 20.
Oh God, don't!
That's
I am
right,
so
yeah.
glad Marlon's here right now. Oh,
the plot thickens.
boy. But then again, somebody did ask the question, like, well, is that in between the swivels? Is that da-da-da-da-da? What I know is I like this length of monofilament between the two. And I don't count the swivels, like, but I know some guys will, like, from where the weight is hooked to the top of the flasher, is kind of the, like, so everybody's also saying 20 inches, 24 inches, 19 inches, 28 inches, but it could be like, well, some people might only be talking like the distance between the two swivels.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might be talking the whole thing. Again, find out what works for you.
That's correct. And make sure you can replicate it. That's the biggest thing.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm texting Marlon right now. Shut up. Okay, then of course we've got the 360 Short Bus Super Series flasher. And I brought this one in specifically because I am pretty sure this was one of my bow rods last year.
And that one looks like it's one of the original
It
testers.
very well could be.
Oh boy.
So JT hooked me up and had me kind of run these around last spring before they came out, and it was very quick and apparent that the mirror chrome was kind of these chrome dips were kind of the deal. A lot of flash. I mean, it just reflects UV so well under the water that you just got to go with it. Bottom line is they worked real well, but I guarantee you this flasher, being on one of my bow rods here, has probably seen. Last year was very good. We had to release a lot of fish. We caught a lot of fish.
It's a good thing.
And one thing about this flasher, guys, for how many times it's been thrown on the bottom of my boat, kicked around. Now there's some smudges. Like I probably could have like wiped it down for you. It's been hanging in the garage for the last few months. But the bottom line is like that is still as chrome can be. And even the edges like getting ripped over the side of the boat, thrown in the net, thrashed around by Chinook.
You can see that it's been dragging bottom on the nose too.
The dragging bottom on the nose at some point in time for sure.
That one's a custom chrome.
Yeah, it's been. I'm actually taking bids on it right now. But either way, it's been put through its paces, and there's a reason why it's still on the rod, and it does really great. It's a very durable blade, very durable, very
Took
flashy.
A long time to get the coloring just right to make it last. We did not want the flaking off because that's not what you want. You want it to last until you find a stump.
Good question. 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣 𝗦𝗣𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗗, yeah, that one. So 360 Super Series, I've got the B chains on these, but you sell them with the ball bearing swivels.
On the bottom. So the ball bearing, excuse me, the ball bearing I have that goes onto the flasher side, but I also use a 6-speed chain on the top side of it there. That's where the line lock grabs into it with the eye, is built for that. Ball bearing on both sides, I don't know as if it's necessary, but I like the ball bearing on the base of it there. Just seems to spin. Again, preference.
On the base of the flasher?
On the nose of the flasher.
Oh, on the nose of the
top
flasher.
and bottom for that matter, yes.
Gotcha.
All the flashers come with ball bearing swivels, so the stiffies just lock right onto it with a ball bearing and then the ball bearing on the back. That way you don't get line twist from whatever you're running behind.
Look at that thing. Dude.
Gotcha. That thing is pretty.
I'm super excited for the new colors.
I cannot wait to fish these. And let's talk colors. Obviously, you got chrome dips, mirror dips, 360s, chromes, greens. Like, what is it? What's the magic color? I know we already kind of touched on that, but you got a bunch of them down here.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what the water does this year. This week,
Give people the rule of thumb what they should do.
rule of thumb, the darker the water, the darker the flasher. It gives a better profile. So turbidity right now is up pretty high because of all the rain. So I'd be looking at a black or a solid color flasher, be it white, orange, whatever. Once it starts to clear up, then you can get into your greens with the UVs because the light's going to actually penetrate much more. A couple of the new colors we came out this year with the orange blades.
Flaming Cheeto?
Flaming Cheeto.
I like Flaming Cheeto.
Sounds
Flaming hot Cheetos.
That's a good one.
I like that. That's the old chromy orange. Orange blades. Do you sell white blades?
We do sell white blades. A lot of them going up into Alaska right now. It's amazing that's how big of a deal that is. And over in the Great Lakes, very easy to custom tape. They have a great contrast into it. So
Chartreuse Hunters.
that's my favorite, hands down.
In the 360.
Anything. It is literally what got me started. That one put me on the map. So
Not the Deja Vu
not the Deja Vu.
or the Sunrise.
The Deja Vu was actually a
Both
joke.
sides.
The Deja Vu started out as a joke.
From Mr. Vu.
From Mr. Vu.
How look at that, Clint. How are you doing today? The guy just really cares.
Why?
Oh, I'm doing great, James. Thank you. Thanks for asking,
Oh,
buddy.
Jim, come on. Don't be pity on him. He's one of my clients. He's just setting you up, I bet. Hopefully he's having a good margarita right now.
That's one of your clients.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Springer,
Does he give you the banana bread?
Yes. His wife
Oh,
does.
that's
Mhm.
fine.
Springers in general, though, chartreuse is a very good color to have available on a normal day. Like I said, though, if it gets cloudy, a little bit dirtier, then start working with your darker colors. But outside of that, if you have chartreuse on a normal day, that's usually a very good color for springers. Or chrome.
How about chrome and chartreuse?
Or chrome and chartreuse.
Coho Killer, white and red, white blade with moon jelly tape. Yeah, yes. Don't sleep on the white, except for the fact that one probably doesn't sell as well.
Around here, no. No, like I said, the majority are going back to the Great Lakes and up into Alaska. That's the vast majority of my whites.
Do you do anything with white tapes? You have Trooper.
I have Trooper and double stuff in the Addicted, yeah.
So I know, like not last year because we didn't get to fish that much in that area due to that whole thing. But I know like he had some white blades and it had a chrome stripe and then was it a black stripe? But it was a white blade. And I was putting those on like for just in the morning for like, I'm talking like you're out there in the dark with your nav lights on, like pitch black, like can't even see the counters on the rod. I'd put those on. And so right when it was fishing light, could start running those through and those would catch fish like before you saw anything else because you didn't see much. It's kind of dark.
It's still that same theory of dark water that it's a solid profile like a black. It's not your clear color, so you're getting a larger.
Yeah, it just seemed like the
look.
white blade stuff would just
Yeah.
But the second it got like maybe like the first fish or two, like poof off and then the chromes
Yep.
comes right back to it. But I know that yielded a few more fish. Like I said, we didn't get a fish there much last year, dead zone. But I'll do that a lot of times in the dead zone early. But I'm talking like you actually got out there, like not like.
You would think that the chrome, JT would just grab enough of the light that it would just still throw.
There's not a lot of light
though. It would still throw off a chrome flash.
But there's not that one, exactly that one. Kraken. That's exactly it. Kraken. Yep.
He was ignoring you.
Hey, good job, producer. There's no light though to flash. So those are solid. They're not flashy. It's
the
solid.
same concept as fishing a UV in muddy, dark water.
It's not UV.
It's the same
a white
concept.
blade. It's a white blade. There's no UV on it. How's it the same?
Because you're using it for the contrast. A UV.
I'm using it because it's brighter. Like it's solid white.
No.
We need to fish. We just really need to test these series out as early.
Well, go ahead. I've already tested it. It just works really good.
I mean,
don't test it. This guy doesn't even give.
This
Guy doesn't even
here
give
to
UV
tell
a
us.
chance. This guy doesn't even give UV a chance. Every year he's got 6 chrome. And that's all you see him fish. You never see him change. You never see him mess around. He's just
nightmare jig. You're trying to do the nightmare jig theory
exactly,
on me, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well,
that's why I said this
JT,
year.
I got some customs we're gonna make. Right.
I told him this year you have to promise me that at least one rod all season has a sweet Abby just to see. Just to see.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's like his kryptonite, and I just told him, I'm like, dude, if you do that, watch. I bet you it catches more fish.
He would never tell you.
No,
exactly.
I never
would tell you. He would switch.
I would.
You'd switch
I would.
photos. You'd be like, oh, I got another chrome.
I would. I got it on this guy. These are gonna work great. All right, and then what's behind it? Spinner wise, bait, 360's.
You can do anything you want to with a 360. You can put bait behind it as long as you make sure that you know how to spin a herring. Helmets work amazing.
I highly recommend if you're going to run bait behind a 360 that you use a helmet, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you can't normally just spin it without a helmet, that's a good option.
Well, it's just also more durable. They're getting a lot of that 360 is whipping that bait around a lot. So I've just always ran a helmet with it.
Yeah. Red labels, orange labels work really well.
Is your mic on, Marlon?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, the smaller baits work really well behind the 360s. Once you start getting into the green labels, then you need to make sure that your bevels, your cuts are good, that it's a drill bit spin. You can't have a tail whip on it at all, or the flasher will literally lay flat and not roll over because of the extra drag. So I like the smaller blades, or you can cut the green label back a little bit tighter too if you want to.
That's about the right threshold for it. What about coon shrimps and prawns and sand shrimp?
That's actually. Do you ever mess with running blades in front of your herring?
Not behind a 360.
But just in general.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. A few of those muddy water. Remember those years like back? So we're talking triangles though, but like remember like the big I-5 troll years and that deeper water in the morning?
Fish with Jerry a lot.
Freaking blades in front of whole bodies. Oh my God. Like catch them when like not a lot of other people are catching them.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially
deeper,
in front of a whole herring too.
Yeah, deeper water, murky water, higher Columbia's, like higher than I think we're in the situation that we're in now. Absolutely.
It's funny because you say that, and we went out one night fishing with Kaplan. Were you on that one? And the only fish we caught, you might have been there. It was on a live feed, was it not? The only fish we caught, and it was clear, low conditions, was on a green label herring with a freaking spinner blade in front of it. And remember?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But I told Mike, I was like the whole time, I'm like, that's not going to work, dude. Why are you even putting that out? Of course. And then the only
that's
fish
never
we
going to eat. Never
I
mind.
think we've all had that happen before too.
For sure, we've all eaten our words on that.
Yeah, no, spinner blade in front of it, but I bet by the time you put a spinner blade in front of a herring behind a 360, it's probably too much. So just watch that.
You want to make sure the rod tip's moving at either there's something stuck on the line like seaweed or kelp or something like that, or you've got something too heavy not allowing it to roll over. It's very apparent.
You don't see a lot of that in our area where guys use like the big flies and have you played with any of that? Does it not work around here?
Oh, you asking me or JT?
Both of you.
I've played with it a little bit out in the ocean, and like so the flies, and then like the little I think they're called coho killer flies. They're like tied in black and kind of silver, like called cop cars, and then also the little spoons that are also called coho killers. And I've caught a few. Definitely not as good as spinner, and definitely spinner hoochie, and definitely not as good as bait. But that's for Marine Area 1, surface trolling right by the boat, 360, whipping all that crap around. I don't know why.
I'm in the same boat. I've tried them also. I see the guys back east doing it all the time, and that's a big deal. But I haven't had as much luck with just a regular spinner or like your super baits type baits on there. And it's a confidence deal. Once you can't really test it for 5 minutes, and somebody else catches a fish, like, oh God, I'm gonna have to switch over.
And it's really hard to test a lot of that stuff during springer season because you don't.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're not doing it.
You don't have a target. Sometimes you do, but really, like, you don't have a target-rich environment. Sometimes the difference between good day and bad day is 2 bites. So it's kind of a tough deal to like really adventure with like some of these flies and spoons and stuff like that when you know it's like, oh, a little short bus triangle, a little couple like herring gonna really get her done.
Yeah,
or a 360.
When you see fish all over your screen and you want to test those things, that's going to let you know, is it working or not. But
yeah.
You want a lot of marks on your screen.
Cam, time to trade that Chevy in for a new one? Sure. Who's giving me a Chevy? I don't know where that came from. What about the limited edition? It works. Brad's. Do they make glow-in-the-dark 360 flashers?
Just the tape. So one of the new ones that we have out there, the Firefly, that one is half glow, half chartreuse, both sides. Not a glow blank just yet, but we do use the tape on there to get the glow portion of it.
Yet.
Just yet.
Just yet.
I heard that.
These darn colored ones there jumped out in front of them. So.
Ooh, that could be interesting, especially for the ocean guys.
Yeah.
What?
Chinook love glow green.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. There's
some potential there.
Someday. There's potential there.
Get a really good glow.
I know it needs to last more than about 38 seconds.
Yeah.
That's really terrible when you drop it down there and you watch it and all of a sudden it goes out. That's the toughest part, is finding the correct glow.
Bink, and it's gone.
Yeah.
I prefer triangles in the ocean. I used to flip-flop, and then I kind of switched over to the 360, so I hear ya. I go side by side with spinners, and it can change. JT is short bus, yes. Currently.
Double flashers do work.
Oh.
Definitely.
Double
Especially
double 360s?
So we've tried that there, and it doesn't work very well, but it is fun. I've also tried 10 flashes in a row, ganging them up too, just because somebody dared me to, but it doesn't. They fight each other, unfortunately. But if you take a triangle and you stick it roughly bumper length 24 inches, that does work. You just got to be really good with the net, because that's a lot of line out. Yes, don't judge me there. We sometimes give stuff a try.
Well, we all got to. We have a bet. We had Patrick and Ryan, and last week we were talking like double triangle flashers.
Yeah.
We were talking more triangle stuff, but we were trying like, okay, could you catch a fish stringing like 7 of those together and then running it down? Like, I bet some. So now, like, what's the maximum a guy can do this season? What have you done? Because you're smiling.
I've had 10 of them out there just because. So what we're talking about double triangles is basically ganging them together, either tying them directly or putting a space between it. I've been doing this for probably 12 years now, and one of my first Sportsman show, very, very nice man, walks up to me, and he goes, you know what? If you gang 3 of them together, it works really well. And I looked down, I said, you know what? If you put 5 of them together, it's even better for me when you lose them. And his face just went, he was trying to analyze, and he goes, do 5 work? I said, yes, sir, they do. And he started walking away. I was like, no, come back here. I was just joking as a salesperson there, but he was literally running 3 in a row on the norm. But
getting it done.
But 2 is the most that I've done.
If I find out that 2 or 3 work even more,
it seems like every year,
I know a guy who makes them. Yeah. Let's go.
It seems like every year you always see a couple guys out there running 2 triangles for sure.
2 triangles is very common, especially when it gets to the...
Or 10 chrome in a row. Come on.
That might work on the...
That'd be like a good challenge day.
That would work on a downrigger, and then have the snap pull off of it. You could run the flashers off the downrigger cable and just break away from it.
I got the downriggers on the boat. Let's go tomorrow.
There we go.
Or what if you just hung them over the side with nothing, no line or anything?
Yeah, kokanee guys will stack the little ones heavily on their downriggers.
Yeah, they're using... I got shown today a couple of little tricks from some guys in Alaska that run on halibut spreaders and kind of like have a few of them hanging down underneath their gear, and they look really cool in the water. I was like, okay, I might have to do some of that. Alabama rig with small flashers. There you go. There you go. Dude, That's how it. That,
No.
Casting flashers.
That's so stupid. You're stupid.
Like an Alabama rig, right? Because you see an Alabama rig with like 4 prongs and 4 little mini triangle short bus flashers, and then back behind a little swim bait. You know it works. Shut up. You know it works.
JT sent a picture.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna say I probably tried it. So they make tuna. They make the tuna clones, the spreaders. There, you can put the flashers on all 4 corners and run your bait out the back.
Oh, I'm sure that. Yeah, it's
That's easy.
All right, let's give away another prize pack. We got an 8-inch Grinch triangle flasher. We got a hoochie spinner rig and a Mexican hat, an orange Mexican hat. Copper blade. Looks fire.
That's a good, nice little package. Great package, Marlon. Great package.
Good call.
Great package.
That is a great prize package to win. Why are you getting
so weird.
getting over like a little schoolgirl over here? He's got tears in his eyes. He thinks
like
it's so funny.
15-year-old boy.
Is 15? I think my son's more mature than that. He's 12.
He said it so weird.
Anyway, guys, if you want an opportunity to win the prize pack, thumbs up the video, please, for us, and then drop a comment below and let us know, what do you like to fish more, triangles or 360s?
For springers.
For spring salmon.
Yeah, we gotta keep it
For
on
spring salmon, are you fishing 360s or triangle flashers?
How many people we got watching there, Clint?
That many.
460 of you guys. Not too bad. You guys, those are rookie numbers. Gotta get those numbers up.
Remember we had it over 600 last week?
Dang it.
That's right.
I'm a letdown. Sorry.
Dang
Well,
it,
that's just
JT,
because
dang
like
it.
it was Ryan and I just going at each other the whole
fishing
time.
reel.
Dang it.
We did?
Yeah, we were fishing.
Oh yeah, we did. Did that person claim it?
I don't know. I have to ask
I'll have
Mike.
to send an email at orders@addicted.fishing.
Gotta ask Mike.
So earlier there was a question regarding
Yeah.
the 45-degree angle that we said we're going to come back to.
Yeah, I want to talk about trolling technique, and then I want to talk about fighting fish.
Yeah. So to get to your 45-degree angle, it's your basic math. It's about 1.5 times down. So if you're running at 20 feet on your line counter at 45 degrees, you're roughly at 15 feet of water. So that's why the 45 degrees is, you can say I am in this range. When you're watching your fish finder, you can see fish go by. You can then do the quick math to actually get down to that level. If you don't have like the super view where you can see exactly where it's at, then that's just quick math to know where you're at, since you're not bouncing bottom.
I know it is. Never mind.
So hopefully that answers your question to the 45.
But is it always 45?
It's not, but that's just if you want to know where your line is. If you're trying to figure out how deep you're running, that's the easiest number in my smooth brain to be able to do quickly.
I will say, like, where people think, I mean, I think I might have said this. I don't know if I said this last week, but I know I said it in the bash in Redmond. But I can tell you, like, if you think that you are putting, even with a heavy lead, if you think that in 40 feet of water, you're going to go, 40 feet on the counter or whatever number you think it is, and you look at that line angle and it goes down 45, if you think that that's going straight down to your gear at 45 degrees, like all the way,
unless you're running a heavy lead,
you're crazy. Even with a heavy lead.
Yeah,
like
20 ounce. You're getting a bow in the line, everything.
Sometimes you get a bow in a line this way. Sometimes, like, I think it has to do, it has to do with other currents, but what you're seeing on the line angle versus what's going on with your 360 down below can vary incredibly. Like, to the point where for me, let's just say up here in the middle river, whatever, 50 feet of water, a lot of times, like, I'll run like 55 with my 20-ounce leads, and I know I'm like sometimes ticking bottom if it comes up a few feet. Like, I know I'm like there. Just the way I troll, the bumper I troll, blah, 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 blah. I throw that number in 50 feet of water down at buoy 10 with a cross current. That blade is traveling, and even though I'm looking at it and I'm using it as my speedometer, because I'm watching that angle, I'm watching the thumb, like, I can see on the live that blade's running at like 30 to 35 feet down. Yeah. It is not down at 50 feet where it runs in woodland in like steady current, because you got all that intertidal just shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Like, so sometimes, like, if you're in one area, like if you're in woodland and you just run that pattern, you think you're getting there, like, and you go somewhere else, you might not be getting there, and you might need to just play until those fish tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or until you see them on the finder, you see your gear on your finder. If you can, sweep your transducer back a little bit and see it.
I've been known to go into a shallower spot with roughly the same current there and find the bottom, bounce it, and say, okay, I'm at
Find the bottom. I bet
45
Case does
feet,
that.
and then I can move. Then I can move out to different places and at least have an idea where I'm at.
And that's a good idea because Casey does that all the time. It drives me nuts because I just bounce the bottom, just come out. I'm like, oh my gosh, you bounce on the bottom. But
there are times when
Does he use droppers? No, he just bounces with no dropper.
Just to find bottom, just to kind of get it. You gotta realize the tides are also like growing. They're either always growing
if
or
you
they're
do that
always
in the wrong area though, you'll have a freshwater clam every freaking time
absolutely.
you touch the ball.
Absolutely. That's why I cringe when I hear that. But he's like, he does it quick and he does what he's doing. But I'm saying what he does is he's not telling his clients to, but he sets like the idea because think about it, like buoy 10 or tide, real heavy tidal stuff. I mean, every 6 hours it's turning on, turning off, flowing in, flowing out. Like it's always constantly changing.
Crazy.
What about a diver in a 360? Have you heard of that?
It works.
It works?
It works.
What kind of diver? Jet diver, delta diver, dipsy diver?
What are the metal ones?
Do they have the metal triangle
metal
like that?
triangle
That's a delta.
The delta diver is what I've used there. The only time that I had a rough time keeping them from tripping is when you start getting in the big waves and the rod settles and it goes flat. Your line is literally slack on the water. It'll go out. So it's hard. If it's on a smooth day, it's super easy to do.
I played a lot with the dipsies. I think that no,
Those are the round disc.
no, not the round disc one. There's another diver that has that ball, like half a ball bearing swivel and a clamp, and they release.
Oh, is that the pink ladies?
I don't
I know
know,
what you're talking
but
about.
no one can hear you and no one knows what's going on.
No,
behind the camera.
I'm sorry. I asked him. I wanted his opinion because he looked like he knew what he was talking about for a second. There it is. I love it. I tried that and caught some fish on it, but then what was funny, it's like, it was weird because I would get bit on it, but then I'd lose them, but it was able to dive like down to 50 feet, bring them, and I were like out there for like 3 or 4 years ago trying them. I still have them, but I can't remember what the kind of diver. Deep six. Thank you. Deep six. Oh, literally everyone's like deep six, deep six, deep six. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all saved me. The deep six. I ran it. Caught some fish on it.
Yeah. Like I said, I just having trouble when it got too big of waves where it would trip it.
This was like upriver, like because I'm like I got tired of losing fish. But what I also found is that with the diver, like trying to get them deep, like I was having to dump like 90 on the counters and stuff, and so I'm way out there. And then it's like, well, I can just slam a 20-ounce lid on it and boop, do a little better. So, but I've tried them and kind of went away from them. But I bet some guys could probably.
We were using divers trolling for lingcod with 360s, and they were working very well. If you're getting down that deep.
Where?
Out of.
Just kidding. I'm like, I want to do that because that just sounds fun. Diver 360 lingcod.
Merwin,
that,
I think is.
At Merwin? Oh, Merwin. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I was just there today doing the same thing. Yeah. Go to new comments, Clint. Yeah, deep six, guys. Thank you. Look, everybody knew but me. Yeah. Whiteboard T-shirts designed by Camp.
There's not 420 people watching. I don't know why everyone keeps. There's 470 guys. You may be on YouTube.
You see the combination of two. It combines everything up for us who's watching.
But I appreciate your love for putting 420 every 2 seconds. Appreciate it.
Flasher quick releases. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Comment on there from Chris. I don't run them on my boat, and reason being is because I fish in a shallower water where we're tapping bottom all the time, and I'm worried about it tripping and never knowing because the flasher's still going to roll over, but if it's unclipped from the back, then you're not moving.
You still see the rod.
You can still see the rod move, but your bait's not getting the jerking around. So I choose not to. If you work in suspended, then I think that they would work just fine. But I don't normally fish big water like that personally. So
I don't run them just for that exact same reason, whether I'm in shallow or not. I just don't want to have to worry about them being tripped.
I say Brandon, Blair, Ryan, Nick, me, like we've kind of ran them, kind of went away from them because honestly, it's just another variable that
And there's so many different ones out there too. It's like. It's weird.
Yeah.
It should be told I haven't tried some of these new ones, but the reality is like if you kind of like fight the fish right and you kind of do those things, like seems to negate the weight losing the fish. Yes, Clint?
They all give slack too.
Yeah, after
Yep.
the bite.
That-
Yeah, when that flasher is rotating around and it's up here and it pops it off, there's, a couple feet of line where it just poof. Kind of like popping it off a downrigger clip.
Yeah.
Know about that today? Only lost
I've
about
seen
5
that
million.
comment a couple times, Cam. We got to
I
get
can't see
JT out on an addicted video.
Yeah, no
I've seen
kidding.
that comment a few times asking when we getting JT out on an addicted video.
Fair weather.
Fair weather.
I need to take time off. Yes, I do.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I would like to get you guys out in my.
I'd like to go do some of
Yeah,
that
that'd be
stuff
fun.
in your area.
Yeah, that'd be
That
fun.
just kind of the shallow water stuff be fun.
Shallow water is a lot of fun.
Beat down. Can we talk more 360 with downriggers? Nope, we can't because.
What about 360s? And I get this is getting totally sidetracked, but do you know anyone that uses them for trout, like your smaller ones, or anyone that does anyone use a 360 for trout?
I know other brands have the smaller ones there.
Yeah,
They-
I don't
they
mean yours.
do.
I didn't mean his smaller
Um,
ones. I just meant like the smaller ones.
The smaller ones there. I haven't heard. I know that some people do use them there. I know that the actual Dodgers that Brad
Even like this though, like is there any trout fisheries where people use? I know a couple people that lake trout fish that have tried them.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're successful using them, but
most of the stuff that I'm selling for trout would be like the big lakes or the browns, and that's the triangles because they can get way down deep onto there.
Yeah,
but those are the big aggressive fish versus the little 6-inchers.
Yeah, I know in the Great Lakes they use very similar style flashers for lake trout for sure in deep water.
Deep water.
Yeah.
You eyeballing yourself in the mirror reflection?
No,
Yeah,
you
he
just.
is.
I'm literally looking at the fins and seeing how wide. Wondering if I can like cut all this down.
Clint, pick a winner. Cam's talking something weird.
He just.
There it is.
Wicked tube flies.
Wicked tooth
Wicked
flies.
I bet some wicked tube flies would work on a 360.
They probably would.
They probably would.
Wicked Tooth Flies, shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Mix include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the Grinch Triangle Flasher prize pack.
I know Cam caught a trout on a 360 chrome and a live last year. Yeah, we do catch a lot of like the smolt stuff like that. Oh wait, maybe that's something
Did
we
we
did
do
at
it?
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe,
That
we
we may have done it at Horseshoe. Oh, we did. That's
We
right.
did.
We totally did. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, those things are those poor bastards are starving.
Yeah.
Really.
So somebody had
Yeah.
a comment there. What's the lightest lead you can use with the 360? And you could theoretically use any lead you want to, as long as you have enough line to put out and you're not into the boat behind you.
I've used a 6 on them before.
Yeah.
For
3s and
the right
4s.
spot.
I fish next to guys that are running 4s and 2s, but I can see their flasher right below the water. They don't catch very many, but I truly think you need to be at 8+ is where I do. 6s if I really need to get the flasher away from the boat, but 10, 12 is probably my most common. I know Cam's running the little bit heavier 16s and 20s, but deeper water, heavier water, you want to keep it down in place.
Absolutely. So we're gonna run through. It's 8 o'clock, guys. We'll do a few more minutes of kind of your guys' questions, and yeah, see what you guys want
Show a
to
close
talk
up of the
about.
spinner. What spinner? Should we show some spinners, Cam? Did you bring any other spinners, or
I did not. I just brought that rod set up.
what do we got in here, JT?
I knew
that we could
JT was
show?
always gonna have goodies.
That's that one he's got rigged on there is the 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣 spinner. I don't know if that's one that they're talking about when the rigging goes up.
Oh, probably, huh?
Yeah.
JT, what is your take on 3.0 Colorado blades?
I haven't tried it myself. I'm on the 3.5s. I know that son of, don't you even do that to me.
Oh, I'm gonna go into my text messages after we're done.
So
Moving on.
This is my take on them. 3.5s and 3.0s both work good.
both work good. Yep. We only have the 3.5s. I know others do have the 3.0s. They, I guess in theory, don't have as much drag, so they can move a little bit more, but they don't have as much surface. So you could argue it either way, I guess would be the answer.
Dude, I think when it comes down to it, though, like, yeah, there are a time and place where they can get it. Super baits, all of it. But you're getting such a reaction bite. like out of this. Like you're not getting inquisitive bites where the salmon goes up and like checks out. Like he's not going like this, following that crap around, right? He's
I
like
think that
going
they
up.
do. I think if you watch any video online where people have filmed a 360 salmon bite, I don't care
Right.
where it's at.
Well, you can look
These
at the stuff
fish
in the
come up,
ocean.
They look at it, they back up, they come up, they look at it. Some of them will come up on the side of it. Have you ever seen those videos?
But when they strike it, like they come up to it and they boom.
But before they hit it, most of the time they've
Like
looked
versus-
at it 4 times. before
versus
they
a
hit it.
triangle bite where they're sitting there just like peck,
Following
peck,
it forever.
peck, peck,
But what
peck.
I'm saying
I think
is I do
because
think
it's
that they
moving
look at
around,
it.
they have to slash at it.
Right.
For sure, but I think before they do, they've
I
taken a
misspoke.
good look.
I misspoke. What I said, they don't sit there and like
Yeah,
'Cause
the
if
tri-
not,
the
you
go like
triangle and
this.
you're
They
yelling,
go
"Don't
what they
touch it,
go
don't
they
touch
go
it,
they
don't
go
touch it."
walk and they grab it.
If
That's
not,
what I mean.
you wouldn't paint 40 million different colors in spinner blades.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
But, and I've also caught 40 million different fish on 40 different million different colors.
But it seems that there's always ones that work better.
Absolutely.
So they're looking at it, dude.
But whether or not the difference between a 3.0 and a 3.5 is all I'm saying.
That's action.
I think it's
I
action.
think
it's
they.
action.
I do. What do you think?
Verdict's out. Verdict's still out. Not out.
Yeah.
Verdict's still not in. There we go. Holy crap! I'm
What
getting tired.
the?
So
I
one
know
of
that
the-
was total
You-
like
you
just
having a
meltdown.
stroke? You okay?
One of the questions was on the 360s. We are currently out of the chartreuses. They went very quick. We are limited on the pinks right now. It was a teaser order that I brought in. I have more coming in the end of April, and I should have enough to get me through quite a while. So I will be very vocal on Facebook and link over to the Attic website too to let everybody know when they're back in stock. And I've already promised Marlon that I'll let him have some before I start launching it. That way he can have them ready for everybody here. But
Yeah, we'll have some on the website as
Yeah.
soon as we can, guys.
they're currently coming in, but it's going to be at least another month on those. Triangles we're okay on for now. But the 360s did sell out pretty quickly.
Wait, so you still have?
I have the triangle chartreuse.
Oh,
I have the triangle.
Do I have
pinks.
the triangle chartreuse?
I think that Mike just got an order in today. I can look at it, but
oh, yeah. I'm gonna need
unless
12 of
Clint
those
bought,
out of stock.
I was going to say unless Clint bought another 10 of them again, but
Well, I only got 10.
I bought
Very
more
informative
than
tonight.
that.
Thank you,
12.
JT.
Thanks for listening. 𝗏𝗘𝗟 4.0 blades are
Yeah.
a little bit too heavy, unfortunately. We will, once they sell out there, I'm going to be discontinuing them and most likely coming out with a smaller version of them. The cup and everything was what I wanted to, but we're going to do a smaller version of it.
Yeah, and it's not like those.
But they
no,
still
no,
work.
oh
I
yeah, I was
still
gonna say,
fish
hold
on the
on.
triangle
Yeah.
flasher
They can't. Yeah, exactly.
at
Like,
Louis 10. I caught quite a few
Yes.
fish
Yeah.
on.
yeah,
No,
it's
they-
not. They're not maybe specialized for the 360, but
Correct,
they
yeah.
rip on a triangle.
Yeah.
We're seeing the market trend move over to more of the triangle with the 360, so that's why we're going to change that.
Just find one that hits both of them real good.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
because I know that you
Makes
can
sense,
control a
makes sense.
3.5, a 3.0 behind a triangle also. Look at you coming out with the fun stuff.
Commodity.
Let's show some more of these. Let's show some of these colors here. Some guy said he wanted to see spinners, Clint. Where's this camera, Clint?
You got it. And you're good.
Are we good?
Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, JT, what do we got here? I want to see if you can name every one of these without looking at the back.
All right. First one is Booger.
Booger.
These are all hoochie. Let's see, did I
This
call it
lighting
right?
is not doing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Let's see if you got it right. Booger.
All right. Next one is Wild Thing.
Wow.
It's an orange blade, the metallic orange blade pink with the blue. That is a coho killer in the ocean. I don't care what you say. No nickel does not work, and I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to see a text message tonight on that.
I'll just send you 500 million
Don't care.
pictures.
Okay. He got it right.
Wild
again.
thing.
Damn it, dude. I was hoping I was going to stump him in here.
Green Mexican hats. Green metallic blade with the Mexican hats.
That's
Easy enough.
Easy enough.
I don't think you should have called it Mexican hat, but we'll talk about that. Should have called it something other,
Other than that, sorry.
Mexican taco or something, you know? Just something to like mix it up so it makes people talk.
Sunrise. The new orange blade from last year. Pink with yellow
Acceptable.
dot.
Tolerable.
This one's awesome.
Tolerable.
It's amazing that orange has a copper look.
God,
when it
it's
gets in
not
the
doing
water,
it,
but
guys.
It's
It's-
ridiculously bright.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's still not doing it justice on that screen,
Yeah.
but it's pretty. And that's a good one.
Did
And
you
I
say
know
Sunkissed?
that's a good one.
Mm,
Did he
you
say
hear so?
something? I don't think he did say.
I think I
No,
might have showed it to
you
you
said
earlier.
no. You
Oh.
said something like
He did not
Damn
say
it.
he didn't
Sunkissed.
say.
What did he
Sunkissed.
say,
What did he say,
guys?
Alex? No. What did he say? Hold on. Hold
Can we
on.
get a replay,
Pull the
please?
tape.
Roll
Roll
the
the
tape.
tape.
I'm on it. Hang on.
Hold on. No, no. He said something like Morning Glory or something.
did.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah. No.
All
right.
right.
Go to new comments.
comments. Someone's gonna
We gotta
call
see
him
the
out.
new comments. What did he call that, guys?
Show and tell.
Oh, no, Wild Thing was
No.
earlier.
Wild Thing was earlier.
No, he said show and tell.
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Maybe that's what you did.
Did
I
I say
think
sunrise?
sunrise.
Son of
yeah,
a gun.
yeah, you did say sunrise.
All right.
Oh,
Good
we got him.
go.
This is what happens when you make and develop so
Damn
many new
it.
products. I knew I was gonna stump him on
Damn it.
something.
Oh,
Then-
look at all those comments.
Yeah, I think everyone. Yeah,
Oh.
This is what happens.
and
to me
those are
when
all the
people are like-
Android
It's
users.
I'm not-
not flasher color though.
Yeah,
It
exact-
is the sun. It is the.
No,
flasher
those
color,
are all
yes.
the iPhones.
Yeah, I called it first.
And then Hussy on that one. I think I got that right.
The Hussy.
Hussy,
The
yeah,
Hussy.
that's Hussy. That's a hoochie Hussy.
I'm gonna have to go back and just study the colors again so I don't mess up ever again.
Got it.
That's why I hire smart
That's good,
people.
dude. He got 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
The fact that I had to just count that was pretty sad. But he got 4 out of 5.
You know what that one is?
That one's Ant Flow. That one's a good one.
Oh.
So for fall, that's literally all that we're running.
There's Ant Flo. Right here, folks. Check that out. Ooh, that gives it a good look.
That shows the color well, doesn't it?
That one is a killer. Can you
Yes.
change the blades on those?
So we do sell the hoochie spinners without blades in a 2-pack. They come with the plastic clevis already tied up. And all you do is you just slide the clevis up, drop your favorite blade, and away you go. So yes, you can switch them out, no problem.
And you do have the good clevises on there for that
We do.
as well.
solid
sir.
solid plastic clevis that it's not going to burn your line
Mm-hmm.
there.
That's the one you want, folks. That's the one you want.
Okay, guys, what are your other Springer questions? Anything
Yep.
spring salmon related that you guys want answered right now for 360 flasher fishing?
Yep.
360 flasher fishing, anything related to springers that you guys want answered. I do have a couple more prize packs. I have a really good one that we're going to give away tonight here.
Oh, I was going to take
What?
a couple of those.
What?
We have a really good one that we may give away
Oh,
tonight
boy.
here, folks.
Whoa.
JT, I can get you some.
I need some.
See? Huh?
Damn, Clint, I smelled your breath from here.
Poor guy.
Fishy AF. I love it.
Cam, what's the best temperature for spring Chinook to snap in the big sea? Double dog dare you.
Why are you not
I know
talking
I know
back?
a lot of my buddies have already caught and killed a fish and
Nice.
lost one, like so 38.5 right now. I think that's, I mean it might get up there a little bit.
The temperature?
Yeah. Might be 40 now. I'm not sure, but I
Dude,
would
it's gonna be-
I'd be
It's supposed to be almost 60 degrees tomorrow, and Friday it's going to be 60.
yeah, Friday and Saturday I
lot
saw
of rain, though, so it may
62.
take a
It's
little
going to be
while to-
good. Do you ever put any scent on
yeah,
the
you're right, you probably
flasher? Do you ever put any scent on the flasher? Rub it down with
Um,
gel?
I've got a fishing buddy that does that though. I'm not a big fan of it just because I don't want it to get into the plastic because I don't know how easy it is to get the scent back out of it, and I don't want scent every single time. So I try not to. Easy enough to put on your bait and your spinner, which is where you want the fish to be anyways.
Exactly.
Do you like when you're fighting the fish on a 360? Do you put the motor in neutral? Or are you a forward troll guy?
I leave it in gear until I feel confident that the person has the fish under control and they have picked up all the slack. The fish is either moving closer to us or away,
Mhm.
and then I will either kick the motor off or back up into it, making sure the rod is loaded up. But unless that rod's in their hand and they're not reeling fast, it's still in gear.
I believe there's no, like everyone's like, do you motor set? Do you put a neutral? Do you do that? It's every bite is different. And what I'll do is I'll watch, like you said, keeping the rod loaded, as you know.
You're gonna have to
like,
write some of these
you
comments
have
down or something,
to
dude. There's so many good ones.
keep that rod loaded, because what I do is I see the bite, angler picks it up, fish on, we've let him bury, he picks it up, and I'm sitting back there on the kicker with my hand on the throttle, like watching that rod, and I'm not popped it out of gear yet. If the rod's being pulled down and it's about to tow him out of the boat, perfect. Yeah. But the second he starts reeling, and if he can't catch up and you see that rod start to swing up, I'll even go to like a late motor set to speed up. But like you said, keeping the rod, however you can keep the rod loaded as the guy driving the boat or the guy on the trolling motor, in conjunction with the guy reeling, like, is how you're going to land more fish. And every fish is kind of different on what it does. So there's not like an automatic 50-yard motor set every time.
And the motor sets I will use depends on the caliber of fisherman or the fisher person that I'm with. If they've never fished before, then yes, I will. I have been known to set it on a weird bite, but generally it's so aggressive that you don't have to. Mm-hmm. If you're fishing with people that know how to control the fish, I don't do the motor sets now. I'm
sorry, but Casey Kelly gets the trophy for motor setting. I've seen him motor set like 50 yards. Wow! I get towed out.
Triangles, yes. I will motor set on a triangle, but that's usually a softer rod.
There you go. Oh, what's that one? How are you hooking your herring behind the 360 flasher? Adam, the same way you'd hook them sometimes behind a triangle, but knowing that, like, having that bait being whipped around a little more, maybe being more aggressively fished by the angler, like sometimes utilizing the herring helmets, but you're not going to really change your hook situation, other than maybe sizing stuff down, because you just have to size the bait down. Maybe don't go at running like a little red label cut plug with like 2 5/0s, you know, just because you're not going to run a big bait behind a 360 flasher, but you'd still want to rig them.
Try to keep the skin as tight as possible, though. That way you reduce the drag. So hook more towards the spine, I guess, would be an answer to that, as opposed to outside on the belly.
He asked, what would you do changing a smaller boat? Because, I mean, we have really kind of talked about fish. I mean, nothing really. Fish less rods. In a smaller boat, what would you change fishing like these presentations that we're talking about in a smaller boat? I guess it depends on how small your boat is.
Yeah, I mean, if you just talk about a reduction in the number of rods, like, you know, when you have a lot of rods in the boat, you can be accuracy by volume, you know, 30, 40, 50, you know, whoops, this color, that color, you know, whatever. But I mean, out of a smaller boat, I would still try to run like a 16-ounce lead. I'd still try to run more lead than I would think I would need, just to be safe.
Maybe not run a 12-foot rod though.
Maybe not 12-foot rod. That's a good point.
Maybe the length of the rod would be the only thing you'd want to really do, where you can walk around and stand 10 feet away from the person.
Net your own fish.
Yeah. So maybe a shorter rod would be the only thing you'd change.
Okay. Any tricks for avoiding sea lions? Like, how do you? They basically said they've had a lot of fish lost to sea lions. What can you do?
Stay away from them. I mean, if you're in an area, if you're one of those guys that are anchored up and you're just getting blasted by sea lions, and you're going to sit there for hours and then finally hook a fish just to lose it, why sit there?
Move.
Like, those freaking animals are trained. They're smart. They know what's up. Like, so if I see them, like if I'm working a pass and we're catching some fish and I get down to the bottom end and I see 2 heads pop up and I only need to go 200 yards from at the bottom of my pass, I'll just pick my gear up right there and just run away from them. Like, you can't beat them. Like, you can't beat them. They're too smart. They're too trained. We've allowed them to get this way. I don't know. Like, what?
Clapping loud, because there's a lot of times that I'll fish around people that will shoot them with the paintball guns and they hear that noise and they'll swim away. So just loudly
I'm packing my paintball gun this year.
Loudly clapping sometimes helps. But
thanks for the super chat, Bo. Appreciate you. He said thanks to Clint, he's entertained.
You have to, if it does get grabbed by a sea lion, you need to make sure that you get on top of it as quickly as you can and keep it below, because they do have to breathe, and hopefully you'll get it back. And that's other than move, it's just be aggressive with them.
I usually like to just pull out my 9mm and shoot at them.
Yeah, I'm always packing, so it's pretty easy.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, for me it's a 45 because I don't like them to get up.
Oh, the gentleman lost his mind.
What's that?
The gentleman lost his mind. He didn't hit the seal, but he pulls his gun out there, and we thought, oh, this is bad. Let's get out of here.
We're not advocating for anything illegal
Stuff.
activity. But I just try not to fish around them. What's that?
Did you talk about the thump?
Speed. People keep asking about speed. How
Yeah.
fast should I
You
go?
want it to look like this. 1, 2,
1001, 1002.
He said, "Is it a 1,000?" Like basically.
1001, 1002,
Always.
1003, 1000. Probably
That's
a
how
little
you
slower.
always want it to look.
I don't know. Probably a little slower than a second per beat.
I don't
Maybe
know.
a little bit?
I've been in
I don't
Ryan's
know.
boat when it's like,
Oh yeah, Ryan's boat's like this all the time. He just catches them like crazy. Again, understanding where,
If you're not getting bit, go faster. If you're not getting bit, go slower.
see, 24, 24, go fast.
or 24 go slow. He
Or
just
go
said
slow,
it.
yeah.
There you go.
Very until you figure out.
If you're out there with me and you're going too slow, I'm passing you.
Yeah.
I am the slowest boat out there. I am barely in gear a lot of the times. I will try to go as slow and leave it.
Casting
leave it sitting in front.
360s for caddies.
That
Dial.
works. That gives it.
I almost did. I stopped myself. Be quiet. I hate sea lions. Don't even. Oh.
Cody, the springers, if it's in heavy current, generally the springers are going to be smack on the bottom. If it goes into a slack area like an incoming tide, then yes, you can come up. You just got to really watch your fish finder to see where they're at. But they do follow the bottom a lot on an outgoing heavy current.
I've seen that question a lot. I think he might be asking the same one over and over again. What do you have any preferred blade colors for springers when you're fishing spinners? Anything that's like calls out to you like, what's the one?
Whatever his chartreuse hunter one is.
For spinner blades,
No, for spinner blades.
Oh, spinner blade. Sorry.
Blade colors.
I did a blade color.
I always have a Mexican hat either in a gold or a copper on one of the rods. That's probably a staple. I always have an Ant Flow on there, which is a white blade. From there, then it's just whatever the people want to fish with inside the boat. But generally, I'll have the option to rig them up on a few of them with what I want to try, and then everybody else can do as crazy as they want.
That's probably a good one.
The green one has been very good, but yeah, still those colors work. Anchor on 360's works very well. I think actually you guys had a video of that where you were on a heavy outgoing there and
we
thinking
hooked like 50 fish.
yeah,
That video
Anchored
was
on
sick.
360s.
anchored on 360's.
Oh,
We had
Yeah.
literally 50 takedowns. 50 plus.
we had 4 rods fishing and we had 3 triples.
It was nuts.
I do remember
so
that.
as long as there's
Pretty
enough
good.
current to make them work, the answer is yes.
What about spinning glows behind 360? You guys ever played with that?
Mm.
I haven't, no.
Spinning glow in a
Jared
cruiser?
keeps telling me to try it. It's a nice little bait, and there's been a few fish over the years caught on a spin and glow.
Mhm.
I mean,
I
just
have-
a couple.
And
I
they
have a lot of
some
the guys that'll
freaking good
take
colors.
that will rig their own and put the floating beads inside of it there to give it a little bit of different movement too. So the same idea with the spin and glow, you get that extra buoyancy to move it around. I don't see why not.
What's the strangest thing you've seen trolled behind or heard of people trolling behind 360s? Anything outside the box?
Not that I can think of right offhand.
No one's doing like a 4-inch like Senko or something, or a little swim bait.
I guess the question would be is that I know that they've actually caught fish on there. You see a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people trolling around.
Yeah,
what
seen
about-
some strange stuff out there.
The big Tolman thumpers behind there where they're just massive and everything is lying flat.
It's a spinner.
It's a spinner, but the blade is just laying there like
The spinner might work.
the spinner might work. Yeah. So you see
Is it
some-
worth traveling from NorCal to fish springers? Leo, yes, because I don't think, to my recollection, you don't have many down there, maybe below the Rogue. I don't really know Southern Oregon and Northern California.
Well,
the
California fishing is canceled till 2024.
out in the ocean.
Out in the ocean,
Out in the
south
ocean.
of Falcon, and it's not looking good for Chinook.
Yeah.
But springers in the river. But Leo, yeah. But here's the thing with a lot of the fishing, timing is everything, man. So like if you're thinking about planning on coming up, there's definitely certain, like, you know, over the next 3.5 months, 3 months that we're fishing springers, like there's definitely like peak times in there with the you know, seasonal restrictions. Like there's certain like times that you would want to be like, you know, maybe early April is really good, maybe the end of April is really good, early May.
If you can time it where both the Columbia and the Willamette are open, that way the guide can jump inside or outside.
Yep, give
Onto
put
those,
options.
give a little bit, or
Mhm.
coming later in the season because the fish just seems to get later and later each year in the Willamette. So
Yep.
Did you talk?
Fighting fish or landing fish with 360s, like pumping and all that. Did you already talk about it?
Don't pump, just reel as fast as you can.
Don't pump that rod.
Hard as you
None
can.
of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fastest way to lose a 360 fish, right there.
Yeah. Gotta keep tension on it.
Tension.
Buzz bombs are
reel.
fire, dude.
Buzz bombs work.
For sure. All right. Well, I think we got most of the questions answered.
I appreciate you guys having me on here. Thank you.
We've
Yeah,
gone
for
late.
sure. So, guys, JT is offering you 15% off. Clint, you got that lower third made up? Look at that,
Bam.
guys. There's the code.
That's weak, dude. You can do so. Dude, this
What
is
is it?
like our first
I can't even
freaking
read it,
like
Clint. What's the code?
sponsor, like 10 years, and this is what you give him, just the basic lower third. Nothing
can
exciting,
we get
no
sparkles
graphics,
on
no animation, no nothing. Just makes me sick.
Did you see your tires flat?
No, I didn't.
No, we slashed him.
ADX15, free shipping on $70.
Oh man, lots of good stuff there. The chartreuse blades. I am gonna run those. Like those do look sexy because they are chrome and they are chartreuse,
They are flashy.
and they probably have UV in them.
Yeah.
They're like all
possible.
three worlds.
Very possible.
All three worlds.
Very.
UV,
Almost-
chrome, and chartreuse.
Almost as good as a Sweet Abbey.
Oh, if it just had some fluorescent orange, you might as well call it a Sweet Abbey. Jeez.
All right, guys. So we're going to give away some of our custom maglip plugs that we came out for the Sportsman Show in our spring drop. We had 4.5s and 4.0s. They're almost sold out. We made more this time, a lot more, because of you guys. You guys kept asking, like, usually what happens is the plugs sell out, what, in 6 minutes?
If that.
Yeah, usually they sell out extremely quick. And so we get a lot of you guys that are frustrated that you didn't get one or sad that you didn't get one, which I totally understand. So this time we made a little bit more. We're going to show you some of them here tonight. Oh, Cam, you want to grab the little camera?
Where'd it go? Is it over there?
Yeah.
Grab the side camera.
Ross and I.
Oh. Was that loud?
Super loud.
Sorry.
What'd you break?
I almost
Clint's eye.
hung myself.
Okay, guys. Go to give me side here.
There we go.
Okay, guys, we have,
Now let's see if you're good with the names.
that says it right on them, Gold Mine. We got the Gold Mine in 4.0. We got the Kill Shot. And this camera is horrible, so just bear with us here. Kill Shot 4.5.
Blood splatter. New color.
Kill Shot 4.0. Kingpin. And just look at the pictures on the website, guys, because we took really good photography of these so you can get a lot better representation of what these things are. We got the Orange Assassin. Cam, they can hear all that noise in your mic. Like, what are you doing? Orange Assassin.
Yeah, Cameron.
God! Idiot! Kingpin. This is one of my favorites. The Starburst. If I had to pick two, it'd be the Starburst and the Kill Shot. This was an idea from Cam. Splatter, paint. You don't see it very often on plugs, and it turned out absolutely amazing. There you have it. So, we're going to give some of these away tonight. I'm going to pick, let's see here. I'm going to do,
I'm staying away from you. You're throwing
someone's
stuff.
going to get a 4-point. We're going to try to do 2 prize packs out of these. I'm going to get a little mixture.
Holy
Get a little
Christ.
mixture going here of 4.0 and 4.5s. What are we going to do here?
Y'all getting hooked up.
I was gonna say,
Y'all
hopefully
getting
nobody
hooked up.
nobody shut down earlier. This one's a good one.
Okay. So someone's going to get, I'm trying
Having
to
trouble there, bud?
trying to work it out here in my head here. Someone's going to get 4 and someone's going to get, 2 people are going to get 3. So I'm trying to make sure that the color selections are good here. And the size selections are good. Okay. We got 3 prize packs that we're going to give away here, guys, of our custom maglips. Someone's going to get a Kingpin, a Starburst, and a Gold Mine. 2 4.5s and a 4.0. What's the question, Cam?
Oh,
You come up with anything?
I didn't even think of anything.
JT,
How
what about
many-
you? Do you know how many total different patterns you carry on your website?
I was literally going to ask that.
No, because of the customs.
Well, not counting
On
customs.
your website.
I have no idea.
Not even in triangles, not 360s,
I
nothing.
have no idea.
Do you want me to count? I mean, I have his website
No,
up.
it's a lot. I'm sorry.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But you could pick like 360s or triangles, and I can count them.
No,
really
we're not
quick.
doing that.
No,
I'm gonna
we're
come
not
up with
doing
a
that,
question.
Clint. You don't know how to count
Relax,
past 10
Clint.
anyways.
I'm just trying to help.
Relax.
Just trying to help.
Oh, now he tries to help. Cool.
Shut up, Cameron.
Okay, I got a good question that it will be interesting to see. What year did you start watching Addicted Fishing?
Ooh.
What year did you start watching Addicted Fishing? When did you start watching this? It could have been on our YouTube channel. It could have been on this live feed. What year did you start watching Addicted
Or
Fishing?
just say how many years ago you started watching it.
That's going to be for the first prize pack, which we got 2 4.5s and a 3.0 in our custom plugs. And I'm going to have to figure out a good
We're
way to
giving
like,
it away tonight.
keep these organized for Mike.
How many people have watched the clip? Still 450 of you guys. 2020, 2008, 2015, 2020, 21, 2016. Can you just throw a 10-aught sidewalk on a 360? I'm sure you could.
If there's enough fish around, you sure can.
Yeah. Just let it swing right.
That's right.
14, 19, 16. And what's been the earliest? 2014.
I saw 2008, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, our YouTube channel was started in not 2008. So no, that doesn't make sense.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
I saw 2009. But we were like on places before we were on any of that stuff. So they might have been watching us.
It's a couple of 9s. 2009s in there.
That's cool. Okay, Clint, pick the first winner. 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣 𝗪𝗛𝗏, you won the first prize pack, 2 4.5s and a 4.0 in our custom maglibs from our spring drop. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address, and let us know that you won the first maglib prize pack.
We can put this in the next prize pack.
No, get that.
Check, please.
Just stab him, dude.
I was trying to give away a good prize to these guys, but they don't want to take it. Whatever.
Just stab him.
It's not just me. Cameron's not nice to everyone. He's a
Okay,
jerk.
guys.
I'm the
So
nicest guy in the world.
the next prize pack, we're going to give away a 4.5 Orange Assassin, a 4.0 Kill Shot, and a 4.0 Orange Assassin. Actually, no, we're going to mix that up. I lied. We don't want to give you 2 Orange Assassins. We got to mix. You're going to get a 4.0 Kingpin. You're going to get a Kill Shot, a Kingpin, and an Orange Assassin. And the question is going to be,
What's your favorite one out of the drop?
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good question, JT. What is your guys' out of all the custom maglets that we came out with, the 5 different colors, which one do you think looks the best? Which one do you think looks the best? We might have to go to that side cam, Clint, just to remind people here. So we got the Orange Assassin right here. And keep in mind, we're going to have to get these in front of the front camera because it looks like trash. We got the Kill Shot. There we go. It's kind of looking good right there. We got Kingpin. And then, which one did I miss here? We got Starburst. And what did I miss? Did I miss one?
I think that was it.
Huh.
Kill shot.
Kingpin, Kill Shot, Starburst, Orange Assassin.
There should be 5.
Oh, why is there only 4?
You're missing this one, Kingpin, and this.
There you go, Cam.
No, wait.
Yeah, you're right. Kingpin. It's right here.
Stop.
That's the 5th color.
You're not seeing what I'm seeing.
Oh, it's in the wrong packaging. That's why. I'm like, why are you seeing? I was like, why am I so confused right here? Who cares?
Oh, I was just like, I think there's something going on there.
That's a Colton Hayden problem, so we're going to have to get mad at Colton Hayden for packaging these wrong.
Get beat.
They're going to get beat. Keep in mind, these are the ones that we kept aside to give away to people, so Cam thinks it's like a huge deal,
No,
which it's not.
I'm like, wait, there's something not making sense because you kept saying Kingpin, and I'm like, wait a second, that's not right.
It's Kingpin 4 times.
I know, I'm like, they're not all Kingpin.
They're not all Kingpin. Okay, well, regardless, those were the 5 colors. Okay, Clint, you can go back off of this.
Yeah.
There's lots of people. I knew Kill Shot was going to be.
I like Kill Shot.
Yeah, Kill Shot is sick. Kingpin is the best. Kingpin is the best. Starburst. I really like Starburst too. Now I messed up my prize packs here.
Sorry, I think Orange Assassin's the best because that was one I ran circles on Summer Chinook for a couple of years on some of the killer fish patterns. That is a high water, muddy water. They like it.
I totally messed up that whole prize pack thing now because we just grabbed all those random colors. So Cam screwed me up majorly.
I just tried to help you.
No, you didn't.
I screwed you up. Come on, bro.
Totally screwed me up.
Come on, man.
Totally screwed me up.
Come on,
so
man.
Now, guess what? Your prize packs are going to be completely random. You will whatever colors you get or whatever colors you
Merry
get.
Christmas.
I should have just done it that way in the first place. How about that? Either way, there's going to be the first guy's going to get 3 plugs, the second guy's getting 4 plugs, and the third guy's getting 4 plugs. Right? No.
3, 3, 4.
Yes. 3, 3, 4. That's what we're doing here.
You are struggling, brother.
Yeah, you all remember I'm the one that can't count?
It's getting late.
It is getting late. I'm really tired. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, are you
I went
okay?
to bed at 2:30.
Jesus,
Oh, that'd suck. What were you doing? Never mind.
Working. What do you
I
think?
was at work at 6.
Yeah, I wasn't because I go to bed really late. I'm a night owl. What?
I was asking because I knew he was working because he's a psycho.
Okay. Okay, Clint, pick the next winner.
I was watching Milliken's new video. Did you watch it yet?
No, does it say?
Oh, yeah. Day 1.
Pacific Northwest Chrome Catchers. You are going to win the second, third pack. So you're going to win 3 of our custom mag lips. 3 of our custom mag lips going to you. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address, and let us know that you won the 3 custom mag lips. Now the next guy's winning 4. And Clayton can probably just pick someone. We're going to throw in a couple spinners too. How about that?
Ooh.
We're going to throw in one of these guys and one of these guys. So you're going to win 4 mag lips and 2 short bus spinners. We should do a mag lip called Shit Show. I like it.
I like it, Tony. I like that.
There's already a YouTube channel.
Called Shit Show?
Yeah, it's people messing up at boat launches. So it's literally that's the YouTube channel, and it's literally like a launch in Florida, and it's entertaining. It's insane.
That's hilarious.
Okay, you want me just to pick?
Yeah, random winner, pick him. Okay. This guy's winning 4 mag lips and 2 spinners. This is a good price
Jeez,
pack.
this is like the biggest night of giveaways we've ever done.
There you go.
All good colors. 4 is better, says Michael J. Wall. There you go. Michael J. Wall. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you won 4 mag lips and 2 spinners. Yeah. I think we've wrapped it up, huh?
I think we're it. For those of you guys that are thinking about wanting to do an early springer trip featuring all of JT's short bus flashers, I may try to go out Monday, Tuesday. I kind of had some different plans fall through this week. I may go out Monday, Tuesday for a couple warm-up trips. If you're interested in one of those, message me or get a hold of me through my website. Other than that.
Sounds badass. What is Monday, Tuesday?
After Sunday.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the March 20 what?
It's 15th today.
Oh, no. Because, starting like next Thursday, it's
the
on.
24th, right?
Yeah, but now, then it turned into the 23rd. So that'd be 21.
20?
21.
2021.
Yeah.
Hold on. 24 is Friday. 23. I know Thursday, Friday, I'm screwed. Okay. 20 and 21. Yeah.
Sweet.
So a few days early, but
March 20 and 21st, if you guys want to go springer fishing with
conditions
Cameron,
are right.
you're probably not going to get another opportunity this year, so give him a call, guys.
Yep. I think I'm going to do a couple warm-up trips. So just go to my website, godcatchin.com. Check it out. I don't know. I might put something together. Like I said, my whole week got screwed up because of stuff.
Because of boat problems?
Not boat problems. But, yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, so we got a chance.
Thank you guys so much. Do not forget, like I said, our spring drop is live right now. There's tons of merch. We went big on this one, so we didn't sell out of stuff fast. So if you guys still haven't got an opportunity to get over to the website, we got beads, plugs, tons of new stuff on the spring drop. And before we leave, don't forget JT's code 80X15 on shortbusflashers.com.
And while you're at it, just buy your fall stock now. Don't be stupid. Because
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, you know how things are these days. Make sure to happen, guys. All right, next week I think we're talking anchor fishing. I think that's on the calendar.
Yes, anchor fishing.